Dozens of the 53 people wounded in the Orlando shooting are still hospitalized. Hundreds of people answered the call yesterday for blood donors. Mark Strassmann is outside the Orlando Regional Medical Center, where most of the injured are still being treated. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. As horrific as this massacre was, many of the wounded got lucky in one respect. This hospital, which is a level 1 trauma center, sits a half-mile from the nightclub. Those wounded got every fighting chance to survive.
The slaughter at the Pulse overwhelmed first responders. Victims outnumbered ambulances. Some wounded were rushed to emergency rooms in police cruisers or any available vehicle.
They were putting people in the back of trucks because they couldn't get the ambulance or get enough people to come in, so those that were tagged yellow, I remember, were being put in the back of trucks. 9
of the 44 shooting patients admitted to Orlando Regional died Sunday. In all, 3 Orlando hospitals were sent in crisis mode.
We immediately activated our mass casualty incident plan. We immediately brought in 6 trauma surgeons to respond. We have spent the morning operating on a number of victims.
Some frantic family members got frustrated when they first tried to get information from the hospitals. Patient confidentiality laws, known as HIPAA, slowed and even blocked hospitals from releasing information to people desperate to learn whether loved ones were okay.
I reached out to the White House to see if we could get the HIPAA regulations waived. White House responded through appropriate channels to waive those so that the hospital could communicate with the families that were there.
Just hours after the shooting, hundreds of donors showed up at local blood banks. Lines stretched around the building. People handed out cold water in Florida's summer heat.
Everyone asks what they can do to help, and this is one of the biggest ways. They need a lot of blood, so it was my way of contributing. Okay.
By early Sunday afternoon, the blood bank's supply was at full capacity. But the need for blood will remain high, and people here have been urged to continue to donate all week. At Orlando Regional, 26 patients went into the operating room. Some will need more surgeries.
We are encouraging people to make appointments and come see us tomorrow and the next day, because we'll continue to replenish the blood supply.
Some blood donors ran into confusion and frustration. Federal law prohibits sexually active gay men from giving blood. There was a false report yesterday that rule had been lifted. It was not true. Many showed up here hoping to help and were turned away. Gail?
Yeah, I heard people say that's the least that they could do. Thank you very much, Mark.